Hello everybody and welcome to another video, The World According to Lonza. I am Andrew Lonza and today is Monday, November 11th, which means of course it's Veterans Day 2024, and thank you first and foremost to everybody that served our country. We really appreciate it, and God bless. Thank you for serving the country. Now, with that business out of the way, let's get into some birthday news. There's two celebs in the world of entertainment, because this is an entertainment channel. Don't forget, this is an entertainment channel. That have birthdays today. Famous people that you might know. One has a movie out that looks really interesting called The Substance, and that is Miss Demi Moore. She is 62 years old, young. Uh, she is a great actress, wonderful lady. She was married to Bruce Willis, of course, and y'all probably remember her in great films such as G.I. Jane, which I haven't seen in a while, and she was also famous for Striptease. But she's one of those actresses that haven't acted in a long time, or haven't done anything noticeable in a long time. And this movie, to some sense, I think it's getting lots of award buzz. Look for that movie to kind of like be her, I don't want to say comeback, but it's on. You can rent it on Amazon. It came out around Halloween time, and so happy birthday, Demi Moore. Another birthday that we're celebrating today for his 50th, and he's Mr. Party Boy. Likes lots. People think sometimes he considers himself an environmentalist. Whether you believe his input on the environment or not, but made lots of great films with Martin Scorsese. Made a famous movie with James Cameron. Done a few films with Kate Winslet. And that's Leonardo DiCaprio. He is 50. 50. Can you believe it? Young buck is 50 years old. He does a lot of biopics. I like Leo's biopics. He does Gangs in New York, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. He recently did Once Upon a Time with Hollywood. Oh, two great films. He works a lot with Quentin Tarantino too. And there's a story about Quentin Tarantino. By the way, they said he keeps on saying that he's going to retire, but I doubt it. I have my doubts. The last movie that Leonardo DiCaprio was in that I thought it was a long but excellent film based on the book, it was called Killers of the Flower Moon. You can check that out on Apple Plus. You can check that out on Apple Plus. So that is today's main topics. Happy Veterans Day. Get that out of the way. Happy birthday, Demi Moore, and happy birthday, Leo DiCaprio. All right, so let's see. Movie news. Did I guys tell you that they're planning? And this is not Leonardo DiCaprio related or Demi Moore, but they're planning actually making a new Star Wars trilogy. Yes, it's happening. Supposedly it's happening. And but they just haven't said which Star Wars trilogy it is. But 10, 11, 12. I think that would be awesome. I hope it is a sequel, not a prequel, not a prequel, but I hope it takes place after Episode 9, and bring back Daisy Ridley and bring back John Boyega, and let's have a fun film. Let's see here. Oh, so I have a question of the day. I'm gonna do a question of the day on my channels. With the Ridley Scott is hit and miss when it comes to films. He usually releases an epic at least once a year. Last year, I believe it was Napoleon. This year, it's Gladiator 2. And of course, Gladiator 2 is the sequel to 2000's Gladiator. And to prep that, I've been watching a few um, episodes of the 2015 Star show Spartacus, and I just watched the other night. I rewatched the Kirk Douglas Stanley Kubrick film Spartacus with the same name, and I think what's interesting, and there's another so um, Gladiator show on Peacock called For Those About to Die. And a lot of period pieces. Of course, we were talking about Leonardo DiCaprio's films. He does a lot of period pieces. So I have a question for the YouTube audience. When you watch a movie, when you watch a period piece, does that period piece have to be historically accurate for you to enjoy it? Does that period piece have to be historical accurate for you to enjoy it? My opinion is it needs to be at least 50-50. So you need the costumes to be right, you need to have try to get the guns right, you need to try to get the wardrobe right, you need to get a handful of events semi-right, because in this new Gladiator film, there's a scene where I guess they fill up, supposedly they filled up the Colosseum with water, and there's all these like water elements in the movie, and the Colosseum's on land, and you see some of these films, you say, wait, that's way overfetched. I remember somebody, we watched the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Of course, those are just flat out kind of entertainment, and those don't try to be historically accurate. But like you see, like some of these war dramas, a lot of people, if it's not historically accurate, some historians or some movie critics won't like it. I know the big thing with Braveheart, they were saying, well, that they didn't have skirts when they were wearing skirts. That was before they had skirts, and there's all these little things. And some people, they nitpick. It could be almost 95% accurate, and people go bonkers if it's just one thing off. So that is the question. If you want to comment, I never got any comments. Do you have to have your historical pieces accurate, or can they be just for the storytelling? I think people forget that most directors want to just tell a good story, and will put the history in second place. Also, I'm a strong feeling. If you want, you have to ask yourself a question. If you say that didn't happen or that wasn't right, when you read a book or watch a movie, you have to ask yourself, were you there? That is what Ridley Scott said when they picked apart his film Napoleon. Last year, Joaquin Phoenix, Ridley Scott made a movie Napoleon, and a lot of historians just picked it apart of being inaccurate. And good old Ridley Scott kind of gave them the FU. Hey man, were you there? Were you actually? That's a great answer for anybody who doesn't think these movies are historically accurate. You have to ask yourself, were you indeed there? And the answer is, unless the movie's taking place in the 80s, 70s, 80s. Let's just put it this way: unless you're like 100 years old, nobody was alive in pre 1800s. So any film that's based on literature and based on books, no, none of us were there. We could get close. We think we could get close, but I always find that a hot topic when people come go to movies. You know, you always have those people that I'm gonna watch Gladiator. I think the Gladiator movie's so great, and then you're gonna be sitting next to somebody and they go, they didn't really have those kind of animals. No, they wouldn't fight that way. They wouldn't fight like that. That's what I'm saying. How do you know how they would fight? I know Troy is a little bit far fetched, but Troy is based on a poem, and it could have all this. People debate the Bible. People debate biblical text. And even people might say some stuff in the Bible is out of context. So yeah, so I'm looking forward. There's lots of good movies that are coming out. It's almost award season. This is just one of my first fall film. I've been fall film awards. And now let's go to my next segment of what I've been watching on TV. I've been watching The Handmaid's Tale. I need to get caught up with that. I feel like that is life imitating art. If you know Project 2025, whether you believe it or not, watch The Handmaid's Tale, and there's some scary stuff in that show, even though that show is based on a book. Sometimes we think of the world as black and white, art as black and white. And like I say, it can be both entertaining and have a message. Handmaid's Tale definitely doesn't have a message that's like. Well, it does have a message. It's kind of a dystopia, which means it's a sad, scary future. Elizabeth Moss in it. She won some stuff. That's what I've been watching. I've been watching Spartacus. That. I'm almost done for those about to die. So either I'm going way back in the future, way back in the past with Roman times, or I'm going way in the future with dystopia times. I want to start the Penguin to get a little gangster in me. There's some Apple shows called, I think there's one show that takes place in the 60s. I've been kind of like on the 60s kick. Mrs. Measle, still need to finish some of those episodes. That's a 50s, 60s thing. That's on, so let's, let's see. So Gladiator 2 is the next movie I want to see. That and Cavalcade. There's a movie called Blitz that's coming out. There's a Timothy Chalamet, Bob Dylan biopic that's coming out. I want to check that out. And Nosferatu is coming out. And last but not least, Wicked. So we kind of have, from on the top of my head, 6 artistically entertaining films. Well, 3 of them are period pieces. One, Romans. Nosferatu is the 1800s. Then we have 60s, and the Bob Dylan pick. What is called a complete unknown. Bob Dylan pick. On them, we also have a World War II movie in Blitz. And can't think of any other time period pieces. Um, so, oh, and Wicked, which might, I don't know, Wizard of Oz is kind of like a 40s piece too, 30s piece. Wicked, and that's the only musical that I can think of this year. So one musical in the mix, which is Wicked, based obviously on the play in the Broadway show Wicked. And there is a rumor. And a side funny story, or not so funny story. Don't buy any of the toys to Wicked because they accidentally, you know how they would have like little websites that they want you to go to promote the film. Well, they accidentally. This is a true story. You can look it up. They accidentally put an adult film website on the toys. So I guess they're recalling Wicked toys. So you don't want your little kids. You don't want people to go there. That's a big mistake because there's a website I guess called Wicked that's an adult website. Yes. So happy with a review of my video. Happy Veterans Day to everybody. Happy birthday, Demi Moore, and go see The Substance. Happy birthday, Leonardo DiCaprio. Check out his latest film from last year. The Killers on the Flower Moon. And Leo's also has a film coming out next year that should be an Oscar contender with Paul Thomas Anderson. So, that's my video for this evening. It's about 17 minutes. So that's some random news, some random thoughts. Just let me know in the comments below on the main topic today that if does it bug you when you see a historical piece? Does everything have to be historically accurate? Accurate. Oh, by the way, speaking of a movie that people say is really going to be controversial, there's a movie called The Apprentice. Yes, it is about the Donald Trump. Not to his liking, but check it out. I'm going to check it out. I might check it out. I'll check out anything that I think is good. Yes. So yeah, happy birthday, Leo and Demi Moore. Happy Veterans Day. Stay away from Wicked toys until they restock them, or don't go to the Wicked website for your own safety and concerns. Next video, I'm going to add in something fun that I've been thinking about doing. I'm going to do a tier list of my top 50 football teams that I hate, 50 that I hate the most, and number one that I love the most, and you should all know who I love the most. I just do that just for fun. Maybe do a little mix and match, like maybe have a movie element to that. Maybe, and I think I'm going to start at 50 next week with my worst, most hated team of all time, which will be Kansas City Chiefs. And of course, I like Wizard of Oz, and I like some Taylor Swift songs, but I hate the Chiefs. Hate them. Don't like them. Don't like Alabama football either. So 2 teams in red. Figures. All right. It's nice talking to you guys. It's almost this video is almost 20. Let's see if we can make it to 20. Having some tea. No beer tonight. Have to enjoy some iced tea every once in a while. It rained today. Looks like the Dolphins won the 3rd game. There's my cat in the background. It's 20 minutes. Oh, to the sack. And all right, guys. Thank you for watching my video. That was the world according to Lonza. I am Andrew Lonza, having some tea. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Have a good day tomorrow. See you guys later. Bye.